Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Best Chicken Videos. Today we're going to be giving you a tour of our chicken coop and how I built it and how it's been performing. So without further ado, let's check out the chicken coop. Here it is. I built this chicken coop this past summer. Get out of that light. So I wanted a mobile chicken coop so I could move it around the yard to fertilize the lawn, and so I don't have to clean it out with the chicken poop. This is the run area, which is covered in a tarp right now for the winter, and there's the door with access to the egg laying boxes, and here's the wheels. This is a little bit heavy. It got a little bit heavier than I wanted it to be as I kept adding wood. Got a metal roof. It's screwed down. These boards here I got from a project working on an old farmhouse, so those are completely reused, salvaged. Let me show you in the inside. Just got a little hasp turny thing. The one on the other side broke, but one seems to be just fine to hold it shut. Collected one egg this morning. Here's the egg boxes, and in here it's a little dark. I have one little roosting pole along the ground and bedding in here. The chickens don't usually hang out inside here that much. They just come in here to lay an egg or to lay eggs, and they've been keeping it surprisingly clean. They don't poop in there. I've only seen a couple little pieces of poop in there. So right here I've got some wheels. I've got flat free, like wheelbarrow type wheels. And I got a stainless steel rod so it wouldn't get all rusty. It's like 5 feet long. And I drilled some holes and put it through the little keeper ring with the Allen key on it. It seems to work pretty well. Like I said, it is a little bit heavy, but with 2 people it's not too bad. I gave a nice blue and purple color scheme to make it fun. And one important part is there's plenty of ventilation up here in the roof area. Here's ventilation. I do need to cover this up with some chicken wire or hardware cloth. This is kind of a big gap here. This area about 6 inches. So let's go to the inside, show you around in here. So here's some roosting bars. The chickens get up on here every night. I need to adjust the height of these a little bit, but they've got enough room. Thought I'd use natural sticks. They seem to like it. And a little ramp that I used a cedar rip offcut for their ramp going up. There's some poop in here. It's about time to move it. And they go up in there and they lay their eggs. I used some 1/2-inch PVC conduit to make these framing ribs, and I drilled little holes in the bottom where it goes into the frame, and then put a screw through it to hold it secure. I would have just screwed it on the outside. Oops. I would have just screwed it on the outside, but figured it would be a little more streamlined to drill the holes and then bend them and stick them in the holes. Then I used some of this plastic wood pieces that I had laying around to secure the chicken wire, and it's pretty strong. Some angle bracing. You see these little metal tubular steel. We had one of those cheap old greenhouses that I took apart and used that for the frame. I've got a bunch of diagonal bracing to keep it sturdy, and these runners to keep them from moving side to side. And that helped out a lot, especially before I had the roof on, to keep everything in line, and before I put the chicken wire on to hold it all together. The door, I just built this door out of some wood scraps. I'll show you how it closes. And when I got a latch, this particular latch has a little bit of movement here, so that is perfect. So this doesn't have to be lined up exactly perfect. You can just push it in and it kind of moves around, self-adjusting, which I like that little feature a lot. And I just put this board here to hold it open. This is the first chicken coop I've built. If I planned a little bit more ahead, I would have put this door a little higher up off the ground, like another inch or two, because sometimes if there's uneven ground or taller grass, it's kind of hard to open and it just scrapes on the ground. But that's not a big deal. So the little handles, I put kind of a cutout for a person's hand and screwed it on. The tarp, I have this tarp on top for the winter time to keep the wind off of the chickens. And in the summertime, I'll insert a picture here. I put the tarp over to one side like a little lean-to roof and stake it down in the ground with some tent stakes, so they have a little more area of shade and out of the rain. So this corrugated metal roofing kind of just covers the very top minimum to keep the rain off of them. So yeah, here's the chicken coop. It's serving us pretty well. I've been moving it all through the yard. So actually, when we're done with this video, since the poop is building up, it's been right in this spot for about a week. I'm gonna go ahead and move it on up to this next area and just move it to the next spot in the yard. And we had a big tree fall in this area a couple years ago, and I just got it all moved out. So it's sticks and not a lot of grass growing here. So I figured that I can get this chicken coop moving up here through the side yard all the way up, and then we'll move the electric netting up one more section, and that's the extent of the side yard, and then it will continue double back on itself but in a different area and move all the way back down to our main yard, so it can be down there for the summertime. Also, if you guys have any input on this, is this is our backyard and it's nice and green, lush grass during the summer. So will all this chicken poop in one area, is it too much nitrogen, or is it going to help the grass out? If there is a large amount, I kind of rake it out and spread it out some, This is where it was last, and you can see the chicken poop is starting to break down slightly, but it's kind of a big pile here. Here's another structure. Oh, there's Lulu. Say hi, Lulu. I built this structure here. It was going to be a goat house, but we never ended up getting goats. Not yet, at least. I built this in a similar fashion, but up off the ground. This has got some cedar boards that I had milled, and this same hole where the PVC arch goes in, and this tarp is kind of just hanging down. I need to find a better way to fasten that here. I tried this zip tie, but it's not really working very well. With some 1/4 inch plywood, and I polyurethaned it, but it's still getting a little wear, getting jacked up just a little bit, but it's not too bad. So since this isn't going to be a goat house in the near future, I'm going to probably put walls in it, and it'll just be a secondary chicken coop. We're planning on getting more chickens this summer, so if our small chicken coop, well, if that chicken coop, the first one, isn't big enough for the rest of our birds, I'm going to put some walls on here, a couple roost bars, bada boom, get a chicken coop. Put these wheels. I got little 6-inch stainless steel pipes for this one. This is going to have 4 wheels for ease of rolling, but I only have 2 on it now. These wheels are like really expensive. They're like 40 or 50 bucks each, so I just went with the minimum so I can roll it. This structure here is a lot lighter than the other one. It's got way less wood, and if I was to do that chicken coop again, the first one, I wouldn't use nearly as much wood with that board and batten walls. I would try to kind of just do more tarp and PVC framing. Yeah, so here's our new water setup. Our water kept freezing, which is definitely a thing. We got this from our local farm supply store. It's a 5-gallon chicken waterer. It's called a double fount. I just set this up this morning with the heated base. Also, in an upcoming video, I'm gonna see if I can rig up this water fount with my own DIY heating system. See how that works with some stuff that we have laying around here. So that's a chicken coop tour. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about what's going on out here. And we'll see you in the next chicken video. Signing out.